Black people. You want to know if Charlotte is a chocolate city like Atlanta, for example? No. I like Atlanta. I like Atlanta for what it stands for. You know, it being black. I don't like the politics. I don't like how black people treat one another there. But I will say this, man, it is a chocolate city. It is 100, I ain't gonna say 100% black, but it is black. It is a black city. And I like that. You know what I'm saying? I used to, go to the festivals and the different things that they had inside the city. And man, I loved it. The artwork, the murals that surround the city, it's nothing like it. Like, yo, man, I just wish that Atlanta didn't disappoint me. Had it not disappointed me, man, I would be there till this day. You know what I'm saying? I like Charlotte, but Charlotte is not a city that is catered towards blacks. It doesn't cater towards blacks. Like, no lie, man. I mean, we had the CIAA, and that was an event that we waited all year for. Straight up. All year. That was our moment to shine. We had that whole week. And we could stunt. We could drive our cars to Uptown. Like, Uptown was ours for the whole week. That's my word. For those that have been to the CIAA weekend, y'all know I'm not making this shit up. Matter of fact, not only Uptown was all black, but damn near majority of the city was ours. CIAA weekend, that is. The whole week. We get the stunt, we in the Spectrum Center, you know what I'm saying? And our black HBCUs going at each other. That was our Final Four. That's some shit that black people came from all over the parts of America to see here in Charlotte. And I think for some of y'all got caught in the hype. And now y'all want to move here. Cause you came down for the CIAA weekend and you was like, yo, Charlotte is popping. And yeah, it was popping for that week, no lie. I've seen some of the most fucking gorgeous women I ever seen in my life. And you know what's so funny too? Even Charlotte enjoyed the CIAA weekend. Why? Because all the hotels were booked. All the bars were full. Charlotte made millions off of black people. To the point where they started being disrespectful. And that's something that I didn't like close to the end. So you had Omni Hotel and these different hotels that would practice price gouging. They would throw the price of hotel rooms up. Damn near double it. CIAA weekend. That's what I didn't like. And this is what goes on and continues to go on in white America. That plain and simple. There's some shit that we got to deal with all the damn time. So to answer your question, yeah, like it's 35% that's here that are black. You're gonna see black people. You're gonna see, if you live in cities where there's not too many black people, you're gonna see a lot of black people here, and there's some black people that are doing good things. You know what I'm saying? But for the most part, at the end of the day, this is my word. This is not a chocolate city. That plain and simple. This is a reality. So if you plan on moving to Charlotte, thinking, Charlotte, oh my God, it's a chocolate city and I'm gonna be around a bunch of rich and successful black people and this is gonna be like Atlanta and da-da-da-da-da, you're sadly mistaken. Sadly mistaken. The CIAA tournament is done. It no longer exists. It's in Maryland now. So we don't have any week or weekend where we could show off and stunt. There's no week or weekend that's dedicated towards us because the city of Charlotte doesn't cater towards black people. It just doesn't. Yes, it's a nice place to live. Yes, it's a nice place to raise your family. But at the end of the day, there's no events, no festivals or anything like that, to my knowledge, besides Juneteenth. And they moved that shit all the way up to Central Avenue. It used to be in that park off of Monroe Road. And even back then, it was still small. It was still a small event. There's no black events going on except for some like concerts or some shit like that. Other than that, shit is dead. Straight up. Now, if you want to mingle with white people and with white people doing this, no disrespect, you know what I'm saying? But if you want to do what they're doing, you know, you got all sorts of shit to do. But it's nothing dedicated towards black people. You know what I'm saying? I mean, we got the Harvey Gantt Center that's in Uptown. You might want to take your children through there. I did. How many times you gonna take them to that museum? I think they changed the museum up like every month or something like that. Other than that, I mean, they have little small events and shit like that, but they're small. Other than that, it's really nothing here for black people besides work and just, you know, mingling with white people and seeing what white people doing. And if you're into what white people are into, then hey, you're good. You know what I'm saying? You got Whitewater Park, you got Carowinds, you got what else? There's a couple of things that you could do. You know what I'm saying? Well, Whitewater Park and Carowinds, that, you know, that shit ain't open all year. You know, here in Charlotte, people love to get, this is the South, so people love to get tore up. You got breweries. Well, I can't even pronounce it. But anyway, you got, you know, places plural around the city where you could drink a shitload of beer that's locally brewed here. You got wineries, you know what I'm saying, where motherfuckers sit down and drink wine. So if you like getting fucked up, I'll tell you, I put it to you like this: if you like being an alcoholic, shit, this is gonna be heaven to you. But the thing of it is how many times are you going to, you know what I'm saying, go to a bar, go out to eat, and just do, it's no disrespect, it's just the truth. Like, I don't understand why we can't talk about our cultural differences. I just don't understand that. But I don't know how many times you're going to do that to the point where you get fed up and be like, yo, I want to do some black shit. And this is the reason why, for all you Southerners, man, that be on some shit like, well, I don't want no New Yorkers, I don't want nobody coming here, blah, blah, blah. Y'all need people to come here because there needs to be some diversity. Yo, seriously, in the South, man, culture is missing. Yes, okay, cool, we got Southern culture. Okay. Oh, you eat pig feet and chitlins and this and that and so forth, and, you know, certain games you play and, you know, certain things you do. No, I don't want to do that this weekend. I don't. I just don't. I don't want to play horseshoes and all the rest of that. I don't. I want to do some black shit. I don't want to go to your Final Four. I just don't. And I'm just telling you, yo, seriously, man, I've said this numerous of times, and I'm going to say it again. I like Charlotte. I live here. I'm not going to live here for the rest of my life, but I like it. I like the Charlotteans. But at the same time, I can critique. I can say this, and it's nothing disrespectful. It's nothing negative about this. Culture is missing. Culture is missing. We need a little fire in this shit. We need a little seasoning in the South. We need to throw some Caribbean shit in there. We need to throw some African shit in there. We need to throw some island shit in there. Just mix that shit up like a big gumbo. The reason why New York is and always will be the greatest city on the planet is because of diversity in race and in culture. And there's no Southern dictatorship going on. Don't you understand, black people? Straight up, this is real talk. Don't you understand that you all are listening to white racist men, and you're regurgitating that shit. You're just regurgitating the same shit the same racist shit that they spew out. We don't want the South to change. All y'all Northerners coming down here and blah, 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 blah. That's some racist shit. And this is the reason why the South is the way it is. Because of these old white racist motherfuckers that are dying out now. And this is the reason why the South is slowly but surely changing. And now the South is more welcoming. And now the South has more to offer because it's slowly but surely bringing diversity and culture. Opening its arms up to diversity in race and culture. And this is what we need. Yo, Charlotte, it's okay. You're going to be all right. You're going to be all right. I speak on the behalf of black people. You're going to be all right. We ain't going to come down here and fuck your city up. We not. But at the same time, let me tell you something. Y'all going to have to cater towards us. Y'all going to have to. Straight up. And black people, let me tell you something. On some real shit. If they don't cater towards us, if they don't want to give us any type of festivals or some shit like that, then we're going to have to create our own. And that's what we should be doing in the first fucking place. Straight up. I could tell you this, man. I'm not going to lie. I just didn't like the whole thing about the homelessness in Atlanta and how people treated one another. You know, racism doesn't exist really in Atlanta. It's classism. Classism is just as bad as racism. You know what I'm saying? I talked to the mother of my children, you know what I'm saying, the other day, and she was like, yeah, man, I remember when we had bad tags for like a couple of days. You know what I'm saying? Bad tags, like the insurance. The sticker, we had insurance on the car. But we didn't get the sticker in the mail. And the sticker had expired. Man, you know how many times we got stopped in Cobb County? Sandy Springs? But in Atlanta, man, cops was riding my ass. Pause. Ain't never stop us. Yo, man, the cops in Atlanta are mad cool. Why? Because they look, act, walk, and talk just like you. Straight up. I ain't lying. I used to go to the Kroger's in Buckhead. You know what I'm saying? And it used to be like 5 squad cars like parked right there. And every time I would, walk out, man, motherfuckers be like, yo, what's up? Straight up, like the cops in Atlanta are mad cool. For real. Straight up. That's the only thing that I miss in the festivals. You know what I'm saying? Just the whole black shit. But I just couldn't I couldn't stay there, man. Because of how we treated one another. You know what I'm saying? And the homelessness and shit. Like, it just was just like, oh my God. So I had to come back to Charlotte. And Charlotte is a nice place, I'm not gonna lie. And I've met some nice white people. Straight up. Like, the people in Charlotte, white people, if they are racist, they not racist like that. They ain't gonna let you know. At least, my experience. You know what I'm saying? You got that subtle racism here and there in Charlotte, where they slide like when you go to a gas station and you pay with cash, and you know what I'm saying, which I rarely do, you know what I'm saying? But you pay with cash and you give the cashier your money in her hand, she'll slide that your change back to you. That type of subtle racism. You may open up the door for a white person. They may not even say thank you or even like acknowledge you. That type of subtle racism. But not the racism like nigger, nigger, nigger. None of that. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, man, to answer your question, no, Charlotte is not a chocolate city. There is a big population of black people that are here. I think it's 35%, if I'm not mistaken. Correct me if I'm wrong in the comment section. You all always do. Yeah, man, but the CIA is gone, so there's really no black events, like straight up. Like there's really, like literally, no black events. None. You know, if you want to party, you want to have a good time or some shit like that, you got to mingle with white people. And there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with having white friends. If you are into interracial relationships, you like white girls, there's nothing wrong with that. Hey, to each his own. But every now and then, I would think, straight up, yo, I put it to you like this. I ate my vegetarian food, right? No lie. But on the weekends, I'm not lying, I turn cauliflower into fried chicken. Straight up. You all have seen my dishes on Instagram, or I've posted it on this channel. And I fry some cauliflower. I make gravy, and I make mashed potatoes and a vegetable. Yo, I gotta be black sometimes. I can't just keep on eating this vegetarian food and not have something. You know what I'm saying? One of my children, she'll make cornbread. Yo, and that's some black shit. And that's my point that I'm making to you. Like every now and then you gotta go to some black shit. And I'm here to tell you, you're not gonna get that. You know what I'm saying? The HBCUs have basketball, games and football games, but they're not really popping like that. I'm just being real with you. You know what I'm saying? Hey man, we just gonna have to figure it out. For those that are here, and we just gonna have to figure it out for those, that plan on moving here when you get here. But that's that. To answer your question, Charlotte ain't no black city, ain't no chocolate city. It's not. You know what I'm saying? You do have black people that are, you got some rich, successful black people here. You got your working class people, I always say this, that's like in the Still Creek area where I live at, but we ain't coming together with no black events. Rivergate, not too far from where I live at, they have like, in the summertime, they pull up this big ass screen, you know what I'm saying? And at night, like evenings, I say about like 7, 8, something like that. When it's warm, and they have movies for the kids. They have little festivals and things like that in Rivergate, but it's not black. It's just pretty much for everybody, but really geared towards that's what black people do when they want to talk about white people, but they don't want white people to hear. They'll be on some shit like this. Yeah, Damn. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, man, that's about it. They had this jazz festival thing like in South Park, but I'm not lying. I mean, I think they canceled that shit, prior to COVID, but it ain't like the jazz festival in Piedmont Park in Atlanta. So straight up, I say this, if you into your blackness and shit, I say this, move to Charlotte, you good. But you're gonna have to like drive to Atlanta to get those festivals and be around, your black people. Straight up. Cause Charlotte ain't no chocolate city. It's just that plain and simple. Other than that, man, I hope you all enjoyed this video. I want you to like, comment, subscribe, definitely share this video.